Hi, perhaps you've heard of or seen these beads, japamalas, chanting beads they're called. A lot of people are wearing them nowadays, and maybe you've wondered what they are all about. They are a way to help devote people, spiritual seekers, to count their chanting rounds when they chant daily. It helps to keep their mind focused, and it helps to count their rounds, how many rounds they go on. Anybody can use these. You don't have to be a particularly religious person. You do not need to be religious at all, because the essence of these beads is to keep your mind focused on a desired object, on something specific. And it helps you to prevent your mind from wandering. As minds will do, they'll wander to the past, to the future, what you're going to have to eat today, why did that person say that thing to me? So it really keeps you grounded in the present moment. And that's basically what these beads are all about. So how can you use these to help you on your spiritual journey? Well, what I like to do with these is take them when I go for a walk. It really keeps your mind focused on the present moment when you're out walking. And what you want to do is pick a mantra. It can be even an affirmation. You can use a mantra like Om, and you'll be saying it on each bead. There's the Maha Mantra that's very popular here in India. There's also you could also say the Jesus prayer. There is a 19th century Russian monk who walked all the way from, I think, Ukraine to Siberia, saying the Jesus prayer, and he just said it continuously as a mantra. He may not, I don't know if he was using beads, but the idea is the same thing. It's to keep your mind occupied in the present moment. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my beads and how I use them, because when you personalize your chanting beads, you're apt to use them more and take them with you, and they become something that really helps you to remain grounded and focused. This is my japamala. As you can see, it's got one big bead here. This is called the Guru bead. And my Guru bead is very special to me. It is a little wooden kind of teardrop shaped thing with a little screw top. You can unscrew it, and inside I have ashes from the fire pit of my first Vipassana retreat, 10-day silent retreat. And we used to have to go out to get hot water. They would boil water in a big cauldron for us in the morning, and we would go out and get a bucket full of that water to take a shower. And the idea was to keep us humble and to realize that we were there as basically as beggars. So this is something that in Vipassana they teach you, that it's free to attend a Vipassana clinic, a Vipassana retreat. You don't have to pay for it. But through the generosity of people before you, you are able to stay and not worry about a thing. My second beads are Bodhi seed beads, a generic Buddhist kind of bead. They have a really nice tactile feel to them, and you would kind of move your fingers along. We generally don't use your index finger, but again, that's kind of a religious dogma that you can follow or not. The idea is that you really want to keep your mind focused. However you can move along the beads is fine. However you pull them along is up to you. I have on here a lava stone. I like the lava stones on here because I can put essential oils on them so that I can get a nice smell as I'm walking along, and that kind of keeps me present. So I also, not only do I have the tactile feel of these beads, I also can have the smell. And when I'm chanting, if I'm chanting out loud, I'm also hearing my voice and speaking. So I'm using a lot of different aspects of my present moment. So it helps me to keep focused with the smell of the beads. And then a little further down here, as we keep moving down, I get to these green beads. These are green jade. They're on here to remind me of the heart. They kind of represent the heart chakra for me. And it reminds me as I'm moving along, as I'm walking and chanting, whichever chant I choose, to stop here and reflect on compassion and kindness, and to offer compassion and kindness to everybody that I meet. today, or when I'm out walking, to remember the kindness. Sometimes if I have a hard time focusing on that, I say yum, yum, yum. Yum is the vibration that will bring you to your heart center. Next beads up are these little bone beads in the shape of a skull, and they help me to remember the impermanence of life, that everything rises, stays for a while, and then goes away. There's nothing really permanent in life, so it's best not to get too attached to things. The only thing permanent is your soul, your spirit, your cosmic energy. That's all that is here forever. And so don't get too attached to anything. Then moving along, you can see I've got more heart beads. And then up here, I've got a whole string of sandalwood beads just because I love sandalwood. And also, nice smell. I'll oil those up as well. Halfway through my mala, halfway through my chanting, I come to 54 beads. These malas, these Eastern malas, are 108 beads. And so if you come to the halfway mark here, it is, I've got 8 little strings along here, and it reminds me to think about the 8 limbs of yoga. I will recite the 8 limbs of yoga and just remind myself what it's all about. Then I move down the other side. Again, we have more sandalwood beads, and it repeats on the other side. You can do it in your purse, put it in your purse, and you're just kind of pulling these beads through like this. And each time you say your mantra or your affirmation, you can say affirmations or a chant, you just pull them through. And when you get to your special bead, you stop and think about what you want to think. Then you get down here back to your guru bead. You don't cross over your guru bead. You don't want to create a vortex of a circle energy. So you just turn it around and you go back the other way. The great thing about these beads is that you can wear them. There are certain religions that have certain restrictions on them, but as a tool for you and your spiritual journey, treat them however you want. They'll become whatever you want them to be for you, just to help you keep focused and present in the moment when you're out walking. Take some beads along, and then when you're done chanting or you're ready to head home, you can just put them over your head, and there you go. You've got your beautiful beads with you. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you pick out some beads for yourself that become special and have meaning for you, and that you take them and help them to calm your mind when you're out maybe walking at lunch or in the evening. Just take them with you and just chant. Namaste.